This more or less dovetails off of the back of the previous video here, but we've got Bill Gates pouring millions of dollars into dark money. This wouldn't need to be covered, okay, if it just stopped right there. We know he's doing some fuck shit with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. But unfortunately, he's attacking Elon Musk. So, methinks there's a reason behind, okay, a very obvious reason behind Elon Musk wanting to fire up a brand new litigation firm of some form or fashion, okay? This could just be one of the many reasons why, but let's take a look. Research exclusively shared with Breitbart News identifies hundreds of millions of dollars flowing from Bill Gates Foundation to 11 of the 26 organizations that signed an open letter last month urging Twitter advertisers, they're Twitter advertisers, weird, to boycott the company. Sorry, words are hard sometimes. If Elon Musk restores free speech on the platform, if he buys it out, they're just being, they're editorializing on this. Breitbart News report based on research and analysis from the newly formed Foundation for Freedom Online, the FFO, analyzed public filings to trace hundreds of millions of dollars in contributions from the letter signatories back to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. I didn't know that. I just kind of figured that was exactly which organization we were going to be talking about. Funny about that. In total, 11 of the 26 anti-Musk organizations receiving funding from a Gates-backed entity. A new venture fund, which in 2020 received a largest one-year commitment that from the Gates Foundation had made in more than half a decade, funds 4 of the signatories. Okay, Center for Media Justice, that sounds like AIDS. The Media Democracy Fund, ugh. Okay, the National Hispanic Media Coalition. What? Why? Okay, directly fund Telemundo if you want to do that. And then the Accountable Tech. Again, all of those just sound like different variations of STDs. We know which one makes it burn when you pee, though. The Tides Foundation, also a recipient of Gates Foundation money, funds 5 of the signatories. Free Press, Indivisible, NARAL, Pro-Choice America. What? Fuck? What do they give a shit about free speech on Twitter? Oh my god, there's just so much abortion talk. Maybe. Media Matters. Ugh. Oh, and Black Lives Matter Global Network. Okay, it looks like Gates needs some fucking money laundering done, so he's going to the experts. 2 signatories are tied to Gates Foundation money. Empowering Pacific Islanders community. Oh, he's so good. He takes care of those boat and spear people. How adorable. And Repro Action, a project of Gates-backed neo-philanthropy. Those are words. Whatever. The open letter connection to the billionaire Microsoft founder is significant, as Gates is in the middle of a public feud with free speech advocate Musk. Last month, Gates revealed his $500 million short position against Musk-owned Tesla, prompting Musk to call Gates a boner killer? Oh, okay, cool. Why would you fucking censor that? That's nothing. Anyways, alongside a meme of Gates as a pregnant man emoji. Yeah, that's fucking funny. Gates is also outspoken censorship proponent. Yes, frequently calling on tech companies to do more to stop health misinformation spreading online. Yes, and get more jabs and more arms for different diseases that are around the world. He's a bit of a fucking creep. And make sure that you eat the bug burger and live in the Bill Gates pods. Don't worry about any of that. And hey, don't worry. I'm the largest landowner in all of America, so you can come and live on my land and work for me. It's adorable. Musk threatens to reverse Gates' strongly desired censorship policies and now faces the wrath of the Gates-funded NGOs. Recently, Musk asked his 94 million Twitter followers to uncover the funding behind the 26 NGOs who signed an intimidation letter threatening to destroy the company's advertising revenue if Musk reversed its censorship policies. Musk followed up his request by highlighting one particular shadowy group, Accountable Tech, musing, "I wonder who funds them." Good question, Elon. A curiosity was prompted by a Washington Free Beacon investigation into Accountable Tech, which sought to be the bottom of the nonprofit's financial sponsorship. The Free Beacon visited Accountable Tech's corporate office in Washington. Washington, the birthplace of Microsoft. All right, then. And concluded the organization doesn't actually exist. Oh, Washington, D.C. Sorry, my mistake. I thought it was Washington State. Okay, Seattle, all that stuff. Rather, Accountable Tech was merely a registered trade name for the North Fund, a shape-shifting nonprofit that uses alias, a shadowy entity, a shell corporation, to push an array of left-wing causes from shell office in Washington, D.C. There you go. Okay, so the direct quote right here. Free Beacon then spoke with Caitlin Sunderland, the executive director of the watchdog Americans for Public Trust, who identified North Fund as receiving significant capital infusions from two further nonprofits, the 1630 Fund and the New Venture Fund. Sutherland found the North Fund received $19.3 million from the 1630 Fund and over $11 million from the New Venture Fund, two organizations that share an address in D.C. similar to the North Fund. They all operate out of the same P.O. box. The group operates under at least 50 trade names, including Fix Our Senate, Floridians for a Fair Shake, and Voter Engagement Fund. However, a 1630 Fund and the New Venture Fund don't disclose their donors either, leading to a dead end in the money trail. All right then. So, the North Fund, or the 1630 Fund, or a bunch of different political action campaigns? Is that what we're doing here? Fix Our Senate and Floridians for a Fair Shake. Okay, voter engagement. We all know exactly what those causes are, just on their face there. Okay, Fix Our Senate. I think you know. I think you fucking know, okay? Because for the better part of, ever since there's been social media, or there's been grassroots organizations, they've just always been complaining about the Senate, not really understanding how the three branches of government works, or the three houses of Congress, rather. They're kind of retarded. And Floridians for a Fair Shake, right, because it's just the land of the Mad King DeSantis, right, of course. And voter engagement, we all know. You should allow mail-in ballots all the time. Some fucking nonsense based on that. So, anyways, back to this. But the trail may not be so cold. What is known about the New Venture Fund's dark money funding is this. It is backed by hundreds of millions of dollars from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Per FFO's analysis, disclosure files from the Gates Foundation guarantee list show a whopping 102 separate cash grants to or through new venture funds, totaling an incredible $457 million since 2008. Fuck, man, I need to start up a leftist shell corporation, because that's some good money that's in there. Philanthropy watchdog Sludge, noted that $70 million in cash grants it identified from the Gates Foundation to New Venture Fund in 2020 is the single largest one-year contribution that the Gates Fund has made to any other single grantee since 2014, and its second largest ever. Figure may actually even be higher. Influence Watch reports $126 million in 2020, while FFO corroborated at least $85 million in that year from public records. Per FFO, Gates funding dropped all the way down to $11 million in 2021 after the election cycle ended. What are people's estimates for 2022? It's not quite a general election, but it's pretty fucking important, and a lot of people are spurging out very publicly about it, so we'll wait and see. Sharp pullback in the funding after the 2020 election makes sense, given the political nature of the New Venture Fund's work. Yeah, no, exactly. You've seen the three other corporations that it acts as an umbrella for, given the political... It is the parent organization for what has been described as one of the largest pro-Democrat dark money groups in America, the 1630 Fund, which happens to be another mega donor to anti-Musk signatory Accountable Tech. This is really like one of those street merchant games, okay? Put the little ball underneath the cup and then just fucking move it around, okay? And then eventually at the end of the day, you didn't see the fact that the guy just fucking knocked the ball off the table and it's never going to be there to begin with. So, 1630 Fund is a major player in the 2018 midterm elections. Oh, okay, cool. So that's why they're getting so much money. Well, anticipatory, okay, how much money they're going to be getting this time around and why they have such a light shone on them right now. but played an even more significant role in the 2020 cycle, spending roughly $60 million of funding from the most prominent pro-Joe Biden super PACs, including seven-figure donations to Future Forward USA, League of Conservation Voters Action Fund, Take Back 2020 Priorities USA, Unite the Country, American Bridge, Jump Off It, America's Progressive Promise, Pacronym, all right, and other groups that have spent hundreds of millions of dollars combined on anti-Trump and pro-Biden ads. The Republican-led anti-Trump group, oh yes, the Groomer Project, received $300,000 from 1630 Fund in 2020. Republican-led Lincoln Group, fuck off. The nonprofit of Arabella's network, who are they? Spend millions funding other political organizations and dark money groups such as America Votes and Center for Popular Democracy. But they also spend millions of dollars annually on lobbying the United States government. Yeah, no doubt. This is all just fucking political hatchet, man. That means Gates' biggest one-year act of charity is in more than half a decade while running the world's largest philanthropy network. Right, no, he's just doing this all for the good that's out there, okay? Don't mention any of the tax benefits that he gets from all of these substantial charitable gains, but they all seem to be going in one direction, or at least a vast majority of them go in one direction. So much for ending AIDS, world hunger, and disease. No, he cares about all that stuff. For some people, okay? Except for fuck the elderly. That's just his opinion, though. Gates Foundation's top priority seems to be electing Democrats. Yeah, because they enrich him and empower him. Musk recently announced that he'll be voting Republican for the first time in 2022. That's nice. On top of his stated intentions to reverse a half-decade of creeping censorship on Twitter, that puts him squarely in the path of Gates' philanthropic freight train to paid political proxies. Bill Gates is funding a veritable NGO army, and it's zeroing in on Elon Musk. I'm just wondering, though, because I haven't heard any public statements from Bill Gates if he's ever thought about entering the political arena in any form or fashion. Okay, maybe if he runs out of weird masks to eat or anything like that. Like, I don't know really what his aspirations are. Maybe to be king of the entire world, you know. I think ultimately at the end of the day. But are we going to see, okay, just hear me out on this for a second, okay? Are we going to see in our lifetime, maybe not, you know, maybe not by the end of this decade, but maybe in the 2030s, are we going to start to see, you know, either a complete shakeup of the current political system, which seems to be more and more possible, okay? Or are we going to see, you know, a battle of the most famous billionaires that are out there? I know Gates is getting up there in age, but if he just starts bequeathing all of his ill-gotten money, are we going to see one of his proxies? And if Elon Musk wants to continue to, I don't know, go to Mars or some shit, are we going to see one of his proxies come forward and it's just going to be the battle of shadow billionaires for president in like 2036, 2040? It'll be fucking buck wild, but hey, hopefully we'll be around to see it and Gates ultimately doesn't get his way. But with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.